today where the unknown is a function. Now, just a little bit of comment about notation, and this does lead to a little bit of confusion occasionally. There's an understood index of a radical of 2 right here. Square root of x function is so common that you leave this index out quite a bit, but it belongs in a lot of circumstances just to add clarity. Now notice over here it becomes x to the 1/2. X to the 1/2. In a similar fashion, there's an understood index of 2 right here. Now here the 3 is very explicit, but sometimes people get confused by rational exponents because this 1, they don't see it and they need to see it. So hopefully this helps. Now at this point the problem becomes fairly straightforward because what we can do is use laws of exponents or cancellation right here. This piece right here, if you think of dividing the top and the bottom by x, this would become 1. This would become 1 over x to the 1/2. Again, you can think of laws of exponents, or just, again, dividing the top, the numerator, and the denominator by x. Okay, and in a similar fashion right here, this would, if you divide through by x to the 1/2 or do the laws of exponents, you would get 1 over x. Now remember, we're looking for a missing function, and this algebraic simplification really makes it fairly clear without a whole lot of work. Remember, we're looking for this brown guy. Well, that would have to be, this would be equal to, if we choose f of x to be 1 over x, and again, y'all, this is just inspection. If we choose f of x to be 1 over x, it's clear that that's the function, the reciprocal function gets the job done here. Okay. Okay, because again, this x to the 1/2 is the same as the square root of x, right? Again, this guy right here is the very same thing as the square root of x, right? And so we see that f of x equals to 1 over x gets the job done. So that is the solution. This is what we're looking for. Sort of hiding in plain sight, just a little bit of algebra. Now, a lot of you who don't believe in this result might want to check this with just an actual computation here. Now again, our function is f of x is equal to 1 over x, and so what we have right here, let's just try out. Let's say, let me write it right above. What we found for our solution is f of x equals to 1 over x. Is the solution to the original equation. Okay, so let's go ahead and try an easy calculation here. Let's try x equals, let's say 9. Okay, so this would become 1 over, this would become, let's just write it over here, I suppose. Well, no, we'll write it underneath. This would be 1 over the square root of 9. Okay, and this would be 1 over 9, right? Okay, and we want to know if that's equal to 9 minus the square root of 9. Now, y'all, I'll just go ahead. The square root of 9 is 3, so I can go ahead and write 3, right? Okay. Now, let's see, what do we have downstairs here? Downstairs, now it'll be convenient, folks. This is the square root of x cubed. So let's write it, why don't we, as 9 times 9 squared. See, that's the nice thing about working with laws of exponents. If you don't have to actually do too many real high calculations or big calculations. Okay, but notice this is equal to 6 in the numerator over Okay, the square root of 9 squared is 9. All right. Okay, the square root of 9 is 3, so you get 6. You get 6 over 27 right here. Okay, now let's take a look at what we get over here. This would be 1/3 minus 9. Okay, but notice that's 3 over 9 minus 1/9, folks, and I'll just go ahead and write that down. 1/3 is 3 over 9 minus 1 over 9 is equal to 2 over 9. That's what we get on the left-hand side. Now, this is just a check for one number, and it's not a conclusive proof, but it gives you some confidence, okay? So we get 2 over 9 on this side, right? And certainly this piece over here reduces to, if you divide the numerator and the denominator by 3, if you reduce the fraction, you get 2 over 9 also. So that's confidence, a little bit of confidence. And a simpler number, of course, would be 1, right? You would get 1 minus 1 right here, of course. 1 over the square root of 1 is 1, and then 1 over 1 is 1, and then 1 minus the square root of 1 is 0. So x equals 1 is something you could check by inspection. But this gives you a lot of confidence that the solution to the original is definitely this function, the reciprocal function. Okay, so I like that one a lot. Did a numerical check, and we did just a little bit of algebra to uncover the missing function in the solution to the functional equation. Hope you enjoyed.